What happened yesterday with Roman Reigns withdrawing himself from the WrestleMania main event versus Goldberg with this Universal Championship match, it confirmed what I've known for like weeks now, but it further confirmed that this WrestleMania 36 build has been the most munted, distorted, out of whack build for any wrestling show I've ever seen, especially a WrestleMania. This having Roman Reigns at 8 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m., whenever the news broke, Eastern time for the States, having the news break then, when by 11 p.m. that same night, on the Thursday, there was a curfew and an edict from the Florida government to not allow businesses and whatnot to run past 11 p.m. to do like gatherings of 50 people or more. Literally, there was like a crackdown after 11 p.m. Roman Reigns, who I believe lives in Pensacola, Florida, from all the times he's been announced to the ring from Pensacola, Reigns, who lives in Florida, at 8 o'clock withdrew. Really? He's announcing it that late. This is supposed to be the top guy in the company. And it's happening then. I mean, Roman Reigns, as soon as this virus became like a big thing in the States, so like 2 weeks ago, when it really took over with Gobert getting it, as soon as that happened, Roman Reigns probably should have withdrew himself from WrestleMania. There's no reason why this had to come literally like an hour or two before like the curfew for WrestleMania took place. He couldn't have announced this any earlier. You're telling me that Roman Reigns for 2 weeks, Joanna Wai, seeing everything that's going on with this virus, knowing that his immune system is compromised because of his 2 battles with leukemia, that guy doesn't announce that he's going to pull out. He instead goes through with it. Really? Is that what we're doing now? Like, it just doesn't make sense. Like, how that's happened. Because this is supposed to be the top guy. This is someone who is like buddy with Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He wouldn't leave Vince high and dry like this an hour or two before the curfew and the cutoff for WrestleMania. Because this left the company in a terrible spot last night. Literally, they have to either decide, like, within like 10 minutes, their main event for the second night of WrestleMania, do they have Bill Goldberg just not defend the title at all, which is what I'd personally do, and we'll see what they end up doing on the night. Now, as of making this video, all we know is that Roman Reigns withdrew himself. We don't know if Goldberg has an opponent, and if so, who it is. We don't know any of that stuff. But what we do know is that Roman Reigns out of WrestleMania, not doing WrestleMania 36 or Roman this year, so I guess he's not going to main event that fifth WrestleMania like Vince wanted him to. And fair enough, Joanna Wai doing what Joanna Wai needs to do to stay safe and healthy, because health comes above WrestleMania, which is not what Vince thinks, but it's what the consensus believes, and it's the right opinion. So, back to the topic at hand. What are they going to do with the Universal Championship now? It leaves them in a tricky position because who do you have Goldberg face? Now, last night, did they have Braun Strowman take on Goldberg for the title? And if so, did Braun Strowman win the championship on zero notice or build? Do I believe that they would have gone with that route? Knowing WWE, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't be surprised if right now Braun Strowman has this Universal Championship, this blue one you're seeing Goldberg like over his shoulder on screen. I wouldn't be surprised if Braun Strowman is sitting in his living room with that title like around his waist. I really wouldn't be surprised. As far as other guys who could have stepped up and fought in that match, Keith Lee, I would have loved if that happened, but I highly doubt it. I heard mumblings of Adam Cole purely because he lives in Florida, which that would have been ridiculous. Adam Cole, Goldberg. Goldberg should have won in 8 seconds if that was the match. As far as other guys, Finn Balor maybe, really trying to find last second replacements for this Universal Championship match. It's so tricky. Personally, I would have just had, because they've taped all the matches by now, I would have just taken McIntyre versus Brock Lesnar, or Edge versus Orton from night 1, and just made that the main event of night 2. I think, I'm expecting with this WrestleMania, it's going to be obvious that they've chopped and changed the match ordering, and they try to make it really well produced, and they've tried to seamlessly fit these matches together, even though they're filmed out of order. That's what I'm assuming they'll do with this WrestleMania. Good old Kevin Dunn in the truck working that out. That's what I think they would have done. But if they haven't, then I don't know what they're going to do for this. That's what I'd do. I'd literally take a match that they've already filmed, put that in the main event. But instead, we're going to see, more than likely, and all the rumors are saying that someone's stepped up and taken the WrestleMania main event who is completely undeserving. Someone like Braun Strowman lost to Sami Zayn, Nakamura, and Cesaro in an IC title match. Like, what? I mean, Braun Strowman literally beat those guys for 3 months every week with Elias, just beating those 3 guys, and then he lost the title to them. Braun Strowman's a worthless, viable option, not viable option for the match. So, this whole situation is just messy. I don't even know, I might just upload this now, that's the thing I'm going to do. Just Goldberg, Roman Reigns, this whole mess. This whole thing where Goldberg, Reigns has to pull out. Just an absolute disaster for WrestleMania. So, that's the video. Hopefully enjoy. Be sure to like, comment, sub.